Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I would like to do an overview of Entrem's Alloy 24 collection, as well as some styling and a couple reviews of several of the pieces from this line that I've added to my wardrobe. It's a very unique take on industrial themed artistic workwear with a futuristic undertone to it. So a few of you may know Dylan, and I featured some of their work couple years ago with their first line, and I was talking to them about this collection and kind of things that inspired them about it, and I was reading about it as well. And it's a line with a lot of personal ties to it. Dylan's father was a metalworker, a welder, and so beyond having a unique take on American workwear, they designed many details to pay homage to their father's career in welding, which of course I will showcase later on in this video as I show the pieces and kind of break down elements of the design language throughout. I was really lucky to be honored to showcase their work with their first line a couple years ago. And I was quite honored when they asked if I wanted to showcase this new Alloy 24 line. It's a line that I really like aesthetically. The pieces are very wearable, and I really just appreciate the design and craftsmanship that Dylan puts into their work. It's a really unique online shopping experience because all these items are designed and handmade by Dylan. And what's neat is after you order something, you can get progress photo updates. So as your pieces are being cut from the raw fabric, as they're sewing it, you can get updates and pictures as your clothing is being constructed. And I just think in today's day and age, that's such a rare occurrence, and especially when you see the quality of work and the really thoughtful designs that go into this, I think it just really speaks for itself. That's why I'm really excited to show this on the channel. And I really enjoy made-to-order brands. I have had several in my wardrobe, and just to the level of personal ties you get to the actual designer who's physically making your clothes is just unmatched. So when I look at this line, something that really stood out to me, and just by looking at the clothes but then also kind of reading more about it, is that every time Dylan designs something, there's a very strong emphasis on texture, which is true with their first line, but especially with this second Alloy 24 line. To me, the texture elements that really stand out is the fabric used, especially in the pants and the jacket. It's rather a thick and robust basket weave textile. And if I had to describe it to someone without being able to show images of it, is I would describe it as if you took the canvas of kind of traditional workwear, so i.e. like let's say a Carhartt jacket or a Carhartt pants, and you made that more pliable and more highly textured, meaning it's not as structured and rigid and has more of a weave pattern to it. That's kind of how I would describe it. From a design point of view, having that strong texture really contrasts well with other fabrics in an outfit and within the pieces themselves. So for example, with the jacket, having that canvas-like outer shell on the jacket really contrasts with the quilted pattern that insulates the jacket. And it really makes sense when you think of the use of that fabric in the context of this line being homage to American workwear, metalworking, welding. And beyond just that, it is practical. It is a practical fabric. It's hard wearing. It lasts a long time. And as you wear it, it will develop its own patina. Another way that they emphasize texture is through the stitching. So there's two examples, and I'm kind of jumping the gun here, but for example, on the engineer work pants, on the left leg, down the leg on the front is a raw seam, which really creates a standout tactile feel. And that seam is going to change as you wear it over time. But beyond that, it's also a nod to welding sparks, again tying back to that original source inspiration. And on a similar note, looking at the overwork tee, which is a really unique paneled t-shirt, is the way that Dylan used overlock stitching kind of replicates a similar look and is a callback to welding like two pieces of metal together. Diving into the items of clothing now and all the features, I want to start with one of the standout pieces in my opinion, which is the Tungsten QC2 jacket. Now this thing, get that up there. See that? Cool. It has a multi-layered construction to it. So referencing what I was talking about earlier with the contrast in fabric, what I really like about this is how it's cut at an angle and then layered over on top of that quilted material. And really that's a big nod to a welding cape sleeve. So again, it's just another detail that ties back to the original source inspiration, which was their father's career in metalworking. I really love this dense woven cotton fabric. It just has a really good weight to it. It's hard wearing. And then going through just some of the features, there are 2 welt hand pockets. And one of the standout features of this jacket are the 3-dimensional pockets on the front with a flap closure that can be opened with this release of a cobra buckle. I think these buckles just add such a nice touch. There's an angular pocket on the right side of the chest. And something that Dylan does a lot, which I really do appreciate, is the layering within the sleeves. That hard-wearing kind of cotton outer shell ends a little bit higher than the actual cuff, which is elastic, and it creates a really unique layering look. The front zipper is a 2-way zipper as well, so you can really incorporate different looks. You can zip it all the way up, you can have it open, you can open up from the bottom. And then turning it around, I think a really neat detail is that welding sleeve cape design kind of goes over the back, and there's that kind of dovetail back panel so you can see that quilted material underneath it, but then have that more harder wearing fabric on the top. And might I say, I absolutely love the fit of it. It falls perfectly right at my waistline, and it works really well with the other pieces in this collection. The proportions are just absolutely nailed in this. And just speaking of the overall fit of this, is it does have a really nice kind of cropped, slightly oversized boxy fit. However, just because it's oversized, it has a very flattering cut to it. And I think it's really accentuated by the nice crop of the jacket. Moving on to the engineer work pants. It's a modern twist on classic work pants, and really does combine those practical properties of work pants with a little artistic flair. These are a balloon style cut, which is a pair of pants I do not have in my wardrobe. It's a really unique silhouette. So while they are rather wide fit, they don't swallow up a whole pair of shoes. They do slightly taper in at the bottom, and they're slightly slimmer up in the waist. I absolutely love the cut of these. I think these work well with boots, sneakers, tons of different pairs of shoes. Let's stay up there. It's constructed of that same durable cotton Oxford as the Tungsten jacket. One of my favorite details is the reinforced unfinished seam going down the left leg. I know I spoke about this earlier, but that is a nod to welding sparks and then tying into that texture element of styling a pair of pants, or designing a pair of pants, I should say. And I really think it's cool how that fray will change over time as you wear it. And looking at the other leg, you can see the asymmetrical seam paneling, and it really gives off a unique kind of industrial look. There are 2 pockets on the back which are very spacious, and there's one larger welt pocket on the back on the right side. And might I say, a nice touch of quality and design is deep pockets. These have all around back pockets, hand pockets, very deep, so your items feel secure in your pocket. Because really kind of nothing irks me more than a pair of pants where the hand pockets are really shallow, and you sit down in the car and your phone falls out. Not a problem with these. There are 2 smaller tool pockets, one on each leg, kind of right where your hands will fall. So a lot of workwear pants will have these, you put tools in it, hammer, ruler, whatever, pin, sunglasses, whatever. And then another small detail is this stainless steel D-ring. I'm really glad I bought these and added these to my wardrobe. I don't have anything that looks remotely like this, with that balloon cut, with the unique paneling, the nice workwear texture, the unfinished seam. It's just such a unique pair of pants, and I'm really glad I added it to my closet. Moving on to the last piece of clothing to show you is the overwork tee. Now, I briefly talked about this earlier, but might I say, this is a lovely kind of oversized crop boxy t-shirt. Now, if you took a t-shirt and you wanted to make it unique, I think this is a perfect example on how to be creative, and ties back with the rest of the collection. And I know I talked about earlier about the overlock stitching on it. It's just such a nice crop boxy fit. works really well with the pair of pants, the jacket, and just the way all those proportions work together between these three pieces. The silhouette proportions are absolutely nailed. There is very subtle asymmetry between this, really notably with the right sleeve. There is that extra layer down to the same length of the sleeve, just it has an extra layer on it. I think it's a really nice touch. And tying back to the very first line that Dylan put out, is asymmetry and that type of sleeve layering was consistent with the first one. So it's nice to see that common thread between collections that they release. This is a 100% cotton 336 GSM t-shirt, so it's very soft, very heavyweight. And then on the back, going down the spine, it's stitched down with that same overlock stitching. The collar is really nice. It's a great cut, like I mentioned before. Also, I have their belt, which has that same nice Cobra belt that's on the buckles of the jacket over right there, and it has this nice asymmetrical design to it where it gets wider up here with these two hold rivets. It's just such a nice little detail, and it really goes well with the rest of the cohesiveness of this line. And might I say, with the cropped t-shirt and jacket, having a nice detail kind of pop out on your waistline, such as this buckle here on your belt, I think it's pretty nice. So to this day, I cannot move past Cobra buckles for belts. They are just so easy, so nice to use. They're the best belts. While all three of these pieces go very well together, what's nice about these designs is that they are very wearable. Meaning you can wear these with a lot of different other clothes from your wardrobe, different styles. I don't find Entrem to be one of those brands or one of those designers where their pieces only go with other pieces from that same brand or designer. So for example, speaking of, let's say, the pants, I've been wearing these with just a pair of sneakers, a normal t-shirt, and kind of a technical insulated top like this one from Arc'teryx. This is the type of fit that I would wear to go get groceries in, to go hang out around town in. And I think having that high amount of texture and nice details in those pants really lends itself to a nice contrast between other items that may not be, traditionally like workwear. So even being an all black fit, having that contrast just adds an extra dimension to an outfit. Now, moving on to the jacket and something else that you can wear this with other than just other Entrem pieces or other workwear is something like this. Now, the jacket is a very industrial looking piece of clothing. However, I wanted to style it in a slightly different way where I'm just wearing like a wool sweater, a pair of jeans, and just a pair of sneakers. I really like the colors of this fit, and I think as that jacket fades too over time after you wear it, I think it's just gonna add and develop that level of texture to another level. And you could easily style that jacket in kind of more of a techie fit where you have cargo pants and boots and kind of really lean into the kind of futuristic industrial look. But you could also tone it back. And I just think it's kind of a cool fit. I like this. Now, speaking of the t-shirt. Now, a t-shirt, you can be like, oh, you can throw that with anything. This is true. So the tee, I threw these on with a pair of Valence Align MX cargo pants. I think the unique paneling of the pants works well with the unique paneling in the t-shirt. And having the contrast between kind of the synthetic material of the pants and then the more organic, natural fiber of the top works really well together. And wearing a fit like this, just sneakers, pair of black pants, and a black t-shirt is a tried and true method. However, incorporating a t-shirt like this Entrem one into your wardrobe, you still get the ease of throwing together a very easy outfit. However, having these extra details such as the asymmetrical sleeves, the unique stitching, the crop boxy cut, it just takes your outfit to another level in my opinion. And then on top of it, having a nice belt like the one that Entrem offers, I think just really works well. And just, this is a very simple fit, but just the details just really pop in my opinion. Again, it's an all black fit. It shouldn't, it's pretty subtle, but when you look a little closer, the details just really pop. So I'm gonna leave Entrem's website, Instagram page, Dylan's Instagram page down below so you can check out their stuff. I am very happy. I'm very lucky that Dylan hit me up to be able to showcase these items on my channel, because kind of taking a step back and kind of reflecting on what I said at the beginning of the video, having this kind of personalized craftsmanship in your pieces, in your wardrobe, I think is really unique nowadays. I think it's pretty rare to have something in your wardrobe that was designed by one person, that was manufactured and sewn and handmade by that same person, and then, you know, to be able to get updates as your piece of clothing is being constructed, I just think is very unique and rare these days. I mean, designing clothes is not easy. Making clothes is not easy. Running a brand is not easy. And having Dylan do all this is something I really respect, and I'm glad to have some of these pieces in my wardrobe. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you in a video pretty soon. So see you, hope you enjoyed it, and I will definitely be posting more fit pics with these things because they go pretty hard. So anyways, I'll see you later.